you received my note? Thank you. You may address me as Count von Krumm. You must excuse this mask that I wear. The august person who employs me wishes his agent to be unknown to you. And I may confess at once that the title by which I have just called myself is not exactly my own. You see, Mr. Holmes, the matter I am about to discuss implicates the great house of Ormenstein, hereditary kings of Bohemia. How did you? Yes, I am. The king. Why should I attempt to conceal it? I shall remove the mask. There. Mr. Holmes, I have traveled incognito from Prague for the express purpose of consulting you. Briefly, the facts are these. Some 5 years ago, during a visit to Warsaw, I made the acquaintance of the very well-known adventuress Irene Adler. I imagined that her name would not be unfamiliar to you. Precisely so. But how could none? No. There is the handwriting. But it was private note paper. My own seal. My photograph. But we were both in the picture. Or the photograph. Yes, Dr. Watson, I am afraid I did. Mr. Holmes, it must be recovered. She refuses to sell.
It's the most devastating thing that's ever happened to me.
5 attempts had been made. Twice burglars in my pay ransacked her house. What?
He missed it. His grandmother got it. Maybe take a sad. He said she was her best friend.
Aww.
They all find out.
I'm glad I didn't see it then. I would have been sobbing. Once we diverted her luggage. When she traveled twice, she has been waylaid. There has been no result. It is a deadly serious one to me. To ruin me. Well, I am about to be married to the second daughter of the King of Scandinavia. She is the very soul of delicacy, a shadow of a doubt as to my conduct would bring the matter to an end. Yes, and she will do it. There are no lengths to which she would not go, rather than let me marry another woman. None. I am sure. She said she would send it on the day of my engagement. Is publicity announced? That day will be next Monday. Yes, certainly. You will find me at the London Hotel, registered as Count Buncombe. What? I'm the King, Count Buncombe, and Irene Adler. I have to do 2 different voices. Do I sound like a guy? Quite large, and it was in a heavy frame. Bryony Lodge, Serpentine Avenue, St. John's Wood. I am placing all my hopes in you, Mr. Holmes. Good night. Good night, Dr. Watson. The Church of St. Monica John's, and I have a sovereign if you reach it in 20 minutes.
Introducing the first ever 467 horsepower once German. There's no
Please, let me through. I live here. Please, don't fight about it. Oh, he hit the poor man, and then he ran away. The coward. Is the clergyman badly hurt? Oh, why, of course. Bring him in. I am all impatience. You are certain the photograph will still be there, Mr. Holmes? I must confess, this is going to be something of an ordeal. Then the letters and the photograph. Oh, all is lost.
I spent all night on my grandmother's side. No. Really?
Aww. Is the photograph there, Mr. Holmes? Until after the first alarm, I had no suspicion. Ow. But when I realized how I had betrayed myself, I began to think I had been warned that if the king employed an agent, he would certainly employ you. May I congratulate you on your disguise as a dear old clergyman. My husband and I both thought that the best recourse was flight. So you will find the nest empty, as the photograph of the king and myself, His Majesty, may rest in peace. I love and am loved by a better man than he. I leave another photograph, however, that he might care to possess, and I remain, dear Mr. Sherlock Holmes, very truly yours, Irene Norton Nee Adler. On the contrary, my dear sir, nothing could be more successful. I know that Irene's word is inviolate. The incriminating photograph is now as safe as if it were in the fire.
Next time on the season finale, $1 Million Listing. It's probably the most important property that's hit the LA market in the last 50 years. $100 million? $100 million.
I am immensely indebted to you. Pray tell me, in what way can I reward you? This barrel ring that I wear, I should be proud to. You have but to name it. Irene's photograph, but certainly, how you must let me give you something more substantial.